What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel once again. So today we're going to be taking a look at the DaranEner NEO2000 portable charging station. So I've never used one of these before, so I'm super excited to try this out and to see how it works. But I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to get this all opened up, we're going to see what's inside, and we're going to check this out. All right, so I got this all taken out of the box, and this is everything that it comes with. It comes with this pretty much extremely heavy power bank. This is probably a good 50 pounds, I'm gonna guess, maybe a little bit more, but it is quite heavy. It's a beast. It comes with this little thank you card. It comes with this warranty card, which gives you an additional 3-year warranty in case something happens. It comes with this nice user manual that tells you basically everything you need to know and what each little light does and all the little buttons and inputs. So definitely useful. You do have the power cord, and it has the solar power cord to charge it too with the solar panel, along with USB-C cord. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'll get this powered on, and let's check out all the different ports and see what all is involved with this. So the cord for this isn't very long, so I will just be using an extension cord for the moment. But we got that turned on, and it automatically kicks in, and here you can see the screen display. And it is showing that there is basically 0% power, so they say that this will charge fully in 1.8 hours, so under 2 hours. So I'm gonna let this go. We're gonna see if that's actually true, and we'll be back in 2 hours and we'll see if this is fully charged. So while this is charging, I'll go over a few things and some of the features that this has. So right off the bat, one of the things that I did notice is right on top, it does have a wireless charging port, so I can easily just put my phone right on top and charge it, if it's compatible. It does have 3 different AC outlets, which you can see right there. It has the DC output, car cigarette lighter. It has 4 different USBs, 2 USB-Cs, which you can use the supplied cable for. You can charge this with the solar input, which is just right underneath. And it does have a surge protection button right underneath the power cord, just in case something happens and you need to reset it. On the back, it does have a 3-watt LED bar, which I can turn on. And that does get awfully bright. So you can see we're at 2% right now, and it's only been a couple minutes. So I believe this will actually charge pretty quickly. All right, so this has been charging now for just under 2 hours, and you can see that it is 100%. So they say 1.8 hours, and I think that's pretty accurate. And considering I am using an extension cord and not have it directly plugged into the wall, that could take account for a few minutes here and there. But yes, this will charge really, really fast in under 2 hours. So now that this is 100% charged, I am gonna go ahead, I'm gonna unplug this, and I'm gonna put some real world tests into this. I'm gonna hook this up to my 3D printer. We're gonna print something. Maybe I'll hook it up to my toaster or something and kind of see how well this works. But yeah, let's go ahead, let's do that, and let's see what all this can do. So for this first test, I'm gonna try and just use my 3D printer, one of them, and hook it up. We're gonna try and print something, and it might take a few hours to print, but we're gonna see if this can handle it all and see what kind of power is left once it's finished. So let's go ahead. In order to turn this on, I can just push and hold the button for a second, and that powers it on, and you can kind of hear the fan going. I'm not sure if it'll pick it up on the mic, but that's powered on. I can just undo one of these outlets. I could plug that in, come over here, let's turn on the printer. And as you can see, this is powering on. So I'll go ahead, I'm gonna heat this up And I'm just gonna print a bracket for something that I need outside. So once this heats up, I'll start this print. We'll start the time lapse on this, and we'll see what kind of percentage is left once this is done. So while this printer is heating up, you can see the output is putting out 270 watts. And I'm assuming that's the hours remaining, 9.2 hours. So this is all fully heated, so I'm just gonna go back. I'm gonna go ahead and print this pole bracket. Click confirm. We'll let this do its thing, and I'll run a time lapse, and we'll be back in a few hours when this is all finished. All right, so there you have it. I ran the 3D printer for about 5 hours and almost 40 minutes, and it dropped it down to 47%. Now that kind of goes to tell me that if I wanted to print something for about 10 hours, this should be able to handle it just fine. Now you did see some spikes in the wattage going up and down, and that's basically because it has to keep the bed hot and the filament nozzle hot. So there are going to be some spikes, and it kind of fluctuated between around 55 watts all the way up to 250, maybe even 300. So I'll get the 3D printer out of the way. I'll bring in my toaster oven, and we're just going to kind of see how much power that consumes, and I'll just run that for a few minutes just to see how much this kind of uses. So let's do that. All right, so here I have my toaster oven, and this does have probably the shortest cord in the world. It's like a foot long, so I can't really move it very far, but I'll get this plugged in. And I'm just gonna crank this all the way up, and let's see what happens. And as you can see over here, this is bringing in right now about 990 watts. So I know this toaster oven, I looked at the bottom of it, it said 1150. So I do have this all the way turned up to 450. I have it on bake, and I just put it at stay on. So I'll just run this for a minute so you can see how much power this actually uses. But I mean, you can see it already dropped down to 46%. So it's 216 right now. We'll let this go till about 220. And we'll let this go for 4 minutes, and we'll see how this kind of drops it down once we get to that point. So it's now 221. So this has been going for about 5 minutes. And as you can see, this dropped down to about 4%. So yeah, I think that's really good. Now, the one thing I like about this is you don't have to just have one thing plugged in. I can plug my GoPro in. I could plug this little portable power bank in too, which does not have nearly enough power like this does. And as you can see, it's lit up, it's charging. I think the GoPro is actually already charged, so that's probably a bad example. Let me grab something else. So I can plug in my vacuum pump with it as well. You can see the power goes shot way up to 1100. So I can plug in my vacuum, I can plug in a whole bunch of different things and have this powering many different devices at once. So I'll go ahead, I'll get this all turned off. We'll stop those tests. So one thing I do like about this is this does have a wireless charger right on top. Now, as you saw, that charged it right up right when I set it on top of it. And that worked through the case as well. So they did send me this solar panel, which comes in this nice case. However, it is overcast today, and there's really not much sun, so I'm not going to be trying that out right now, but I will in a little bit. Okay, so there's much more sun today. So here we have the panel, and inside in this case has the cords that you're going to need in order to plug it in. You can see the XT60 cord right here. So I'll get this all set up. Let's plug it in and let's see how this works. So I have this all set up in my backyard. As you can see, there is a little blockage from this pole right here. So it shouldn't impact it much, but pretty easy to set up. On the back, it has built-in legs to hold it upright. And I did go ahead and I already plugged this in with the supporting cable. So now all I have to do is plug in this supplied XTC cable. I can plug that in, and as you can see, it powered on already. And right here, it's showing the output, and on this side, it will show the input. And as you can see right here, it's putting out right now 81 watts. Now this is a 200-watt solar panel, and I do have a pole blocking part of the panel, so it's probably not going to be able to put out as much as it should. But as you can see, this does work. Now, one thing I really like about this is it does support pass-through. So I can plug in my GoPro into here as well while it's on the solar panel. And as you can see, this is putting out now 3 watts. And this is probably going to jump down a little bit. See, now it's at 74. So it's actually passing through. So what's actually happening is the solar panel is powering the GoPro along with charging this. So whatever's kind of left over will charge the battery pack, but it will also charge the GoPro as well. Now this can come in real handy if, let's say, I wanted to use my rock tumbler. I can leave this out in my shed. I can set the solar panel outside, and while it's sunny out during the day, the solar panel will run the rock tumbler, and then at night when there's no sun, it will be powered off the battery pack, and then when it turns the day again, it charges back up both and continues to run the rock tumbler. So in theory, I could run that tumbler more or less for a long time until the battery completely drains out and dies. But I would assume I could probably get a good 3 years of constantly running that indefinitely. So while this solar panel is rather large, it does do a great job of powering the unit, and it's compact. I can easily fold this back up into place and make it a lot more compact for storage to use later. So as you can see as well, just a few moments ago I was at 98%. And now it's only been about 2 minutes and I've jumped back up to 99%. So what I also like about this solar panel is it also has 2 USBs built in and a USB-C. So I can take my GoPro and I can plug it directly into the solar panel if I need to charge it that way instead of using the actual power bank. And as you can see, give it a second, this should kick in. And it's kind of hard to see the light, but it is on. So I'll go over a few things about this machine. Now, just the design itself, I really like this look of it. I think this is awesome looking. It does have the nice gripped handles on both sides to easily carry this and move it around. On the back of it, you have LED light, and it does have strobe mode, depending on what you want to use it for in case there's an emergency. Now the 2 buttons, one here and one at the top right, those are when you want to turn off your DC and your AC. So I can just press it for a quick second, turn it off, and that will turn it off. And when I want to turn it back on, you can just push and hold for a second. I do really like the screen on this. It tells you what battery percentage you're at. It shows you if you have AC on, if you have DC on. It tells you how much wattage you're using on the output and how much time is left. And you have it at 60 hertz, 110 volts. There's also additional warning lights that are in the manual, which will pop up in case there is a warning, but the display screen itself is really nice and it tells you a lot about it. So overall, I think this machine is great. I think this has a ton of uses that you can use this for, whether you're camping and you're on the go and you just need to charge some devices, or you want to listen to music, or you have your portable grill with you that uses electricity or anything like that. So many uses I can think of to have this. Even if I'm just on the go and you're taking a 3D printer with you somewhere and you don't have any power and you want to print something, or you're a construction worker, you need to plug in some power tools or charge some batteries on the go. You can throw this in your car, take it with you wherever you want, or you can leave it at home as a backup in case your power goes out. Plug it into your fridge, and you can probably get, maybe 6 to 12 hours, depending on your fridge and how much wattage it uses. But just like the 3D printer, as it cools off the fridge, it'll shut off, so that'll drop down to 0. And when it has to kick back in to cool it off, it'll turn back on again. So you should be able to get plenty of life with this for what you need it for. And again, if you plug it into the solar panel, basically you're getting free energy more or less forever. So they do say that this has a 3,500 plus cycles that I can use it, charge it back up again. So that's a long time. I like that it comes with the already 2-year warranty. And if you use the little warranty card that they supply it with, you can get an additional 3 years. So basically you're getting a 5-year warranty on this product. So that's a really great warranty if you ask me. This does use the LiFePO4 battery. It has plenty of ports to hook everything up that you're going to need it to. It came really nicely boxed, and it comes with all the cords that you're going to need as well. All right, so there you have it. Again, this is the DaranEner, I believe that's how you pronounce it, NEO2000. I think this is an amazing machine. I think this is awesome. I'm gonna be using this for a ton more things just to save power in my own house. I will put a link down in the description on where you can pick this up. And I believe right now it's about $16.99, but there is a $400 off coupon on Amazon, so I will put a link down for that. So that basically brings it down to about $1,250, maybe $1,300 with tax and everything. So I think that's a really good deal. And I mean, I've never tested one of these out, but from using this one, I think they're definitely worth it. And I'm super excited to have this and use this for many years to come, whether it's just for camping or whether it's just in my garage or just sitting around my house if the power goes out. It's definitely nice to have this as a backup just in case something happens. So that's gonna be it for this video, everyone. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below. Ring the bell, get notified of all the new videos that come out. And as always, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.